Okay, moving on into lesson 8.7, which is still common fractions, being able to multiply two common fractions pictorially. So what we have been working on is being able to multiply a whole number and a fraction. Now we're moving on into multiplying two fractions, okay? And when that fancy word pictorially comes into play, what that means is you're going to have to draw your answer. And I know that scares some of you, but it doesn't scare me because I'm an artist, so I'll be good at it. But I'll show you how to do it. It's pretty simple. So your target. I can use a visual representation to multiply a fraction by a fraction. Okay? Your success criteria. I can explain that multiplying a fraction by a fraction is the same as taking a portion of the fraction or taking a portion of a whole. I can represent the multiplication of a fraction by a fraction using the area model. Okay? Now just a reminder, the area model is where you're drawing, like if you have 3 times 3, you're drawing a square that's broken up into 3 pieces one way and 3 pieces the other way. Okay? That's the area model. Alright, so what we would have done if we were still having school and we were with one another was we were going to get out a piece of paper. Okay? So I just got one here really quick. And what we're going to do is this represents one whole, okay, or one square unit. And we're going to use this as a model to figure out what the answer is for 1/2 times 1/2, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my whole, my 1, and I'm going to multiply it by half. Whoa, sorry. And you can see this is what I have now. And since I'm trying to figure out what the answer is to 1/2 multiplied by 1/2, I'm going to do it one more time. Okay? So this is what I have now. I'm going to take my marker and I'm going to shade it in. Oh, this kills me. I hate doing this to my markers, but I didn't have anything else to shade it in. Okay, so now if I want to know the answer to what's 1/2 times 1/2, how many pieces do I have? Well, I have 4 pieces total, but how many are shaded in? Just this one. One, right here. So the answer would be 1/4. Okay, so we just learned that 1/2 multiplied by 1/2 equals 1/4, okay? Now, we also know that when we're multiplying fractions, you just multiply straight across. So 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4. So I know that's right. I know 1/4 is the correct answer, okay? Now, if I needed to draw a picture of that or needed to draw an array of that, here's how I would do it. So I had 1/2 times 1/2. Okay, so if I need to draw an array, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my denominators, okay? So I'm going to break my rows up into 2s. So here's my whole, and I'm going to break it up into 2 different sections, okay, to represent that fraction. Now I need to represent this fraction. This one's also broken up into 2s. So I'm going to break it up into 2s this way, okay? So now I just need to fill in 1 representing this one, and if I represent the 1 up here, well, I already did that by filling this one in. So my answer is 1/4. Okay? It's not too tricky. All right, the next slide. Okay, now it says a smaller 1/2 times 1/3 square has been removed from the whole square unit. Okay? How has the whole square unit been divided? So the whole square unit they're referring to is this whole big piece because that's the whole they had to begin with. So how has the whole square unit been divided? Well, it was divided into thirds in 3 rows and then 3 columns and then 2 different rows. Do you see that? We have 3 columns and 2 different rows. Okay, so that answers question number 1. The second question, what are the dimensions of the shaded square? Well, if I look over here, I can see that it's 1/2 tall and it's 1/3 wide. Okay, so we're going to need to figure out what is the area of that shaded square. Okay, remember area is just multiplying length times width. Okay, so you're going to have to multiply 1/2 times 1/3. Okay, That's what it's asking you to do. Multiply 1/2 times 1/3. Okay, so why don't you guys go ahead and do that, and then record your answer on the weekly lessons slide. Now I'll walk you through how to do some of your homework that you'll see in your journal page. So starting with the step in, it says a new housing development is being built on a large rectangular block of land. The land is 2/3 of a mile by 3/4 of a mile. How could you use this diagram to calculate the area of the development? Well, we know area is length times width. They gave us the length, 2/3, and they gave us the width, 3/4. So I'm just multiplying the two together, okay? So I've got 2/3 multiplied by 3/4, okay? So you notice what they did up here was they took their whole, I'm going to draw it up here to help you too, and they noticed they were doing 2/3 multiplied by 3/4. So with the 2/3, they looked at their denominator and they said, okay, this one was broken up into 3 pieces. So here's how I'm going to do that. I broke my whole up into 3 pieces, okay? Then they looked at their second number and they noticed this was broken up into 4 pieces. So they went ahead and broke it up into 4 pieces this way. Okay, so that's how they got their array. Now, to multiply those two numbers together, what they then did was they looked at, okay, this, I need to somehow represent 2 out of 3. Okay, so they had to go back to the part that was broken up into 3 different pieces, this way, okay? And they need to fill in 2 of those pieces, 1, 2. Okay, now they also notice they need to represent 3 out of 4. Okay, so they kept this, they started here with the one they already filled in. I don't want to start down here because that's going to mess things up. I want to keep it consistent and start at the same square I started with. Okay, so I need to represent 3 out of 4. So here's 4 pieces. I want to represent 3. 1, 2, 3. And then they filled in these right here to go with it. So now, filling everything in, I notice I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces out of how many total? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6 twelfths. Okay, so the answer to that problem is 6 out of 12. We're going to keep going, and I'm going to show you how to do this step up one right here. So I've got 1/3 multiplied by 1/4. Okay, so what they did was they have their array ready for you, but I'm going to do it too, just to show you how. So they looked at this one and they said, okay, I need to break it up into thirds. So here I've done so. Then I looked at this denominator and decided I need to break it up into fourths. So they went ahead and broke it up into fourths. Okay? Then they said, okay, I need to represent 1 out of the 3 filled in. So this is the way that they broke it up into thirds. I need to represent 1 out of the 3. Okay? Then they came over and looked at the 1 out of 4 and they said, okay, I need to also represent 1 out of 4. Now, like I said earlier, you have to stay consistent and start where you first filled in. You can't start filling in things over here, okay? So if I need to represent the 1 out of 4, look, I've already done that. So I can stop, okay? So I have 1 out of, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 12, okay? And to check my answer, what I can go ahead and do is just multiply straight across. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 4 is 12. Okay? All right. Let's try one more together and then I'll call it quits. Let's try this one right here where it says draw and color an array to match each equation, then write the product. So here I've got 3/8 multiplied by 3/4. This is going to be kind of hard to draw. So the first one, I need to have my whole, and the first one I need to break it up into 8s. So I need to draw 7 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Huh, wasn't terrible. And then the next part I need to break it up into fourths. So I need to draw 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I'm done. Now you're lucky because they give you the lines to go ahead and begin with. So now I come over here and I notice I need to represent 3 out of 8. So this is where I broke it up into 8, so I'm going to fill in 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. Then I come over here and I notice I need to represent 3 out of 4. This is where I broke it up into 4, so I need to represent 3 of those. So 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to fill in the rest of these. Whoa. There we go. And I'm going to count how many I filled in total. Well, I filled in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of, and then I have to count how many. But some of you can do this quickly in your head because you're going to know 8 times 4 is 32. Okay, so my answer to that problem would be 9 out of 32. Okay, you guys can do this. Take a deep breath. If you didn't understand something, go ahead and rewind it before you email me. And if you still don't get it, certainly reach out to me. I'd be happy to Zoom with you if I need to.